Welcome everybody to Clarington Kia, and what an amazing vehicle we have to showcase for you today. This is a 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. This is the premium model with the extended range battery and all-wheel drive. This is the one to get, and my God, look at how gorgeous the color is on this Mach-E. It's white with like a subtle tint of blue and silver. It's not a chalk white, but it's really close to chalk white. I mean, I'm just bragging about the color. We haven't even got into the vehicle. It's an absolutely fantastic find. One owner, no accidents, right here at Clarington Kia. So let's jump into what we have. So the Mach-E is a full EV vehicle, full electric, no gas motor. So underneath, I mean, it's not even underneath the hood. I'll show you that in a second. Our power plant, let's call it that. So our electric vehicle, our EV power plant, is two electric motors. We have one in the rear, a larger electric motor in the rear. I'm trying to find the exact stats on this. It was extremely hard to find the stats on the motor. But we're looking at, I believe, a 210 kilowatt motor in the rear, and then a 50 kilowatt motor on the front wheels, which then gives you that all-wheel drive component. Now, the best part about EVs and all-wheel drive is that because they're electric motors and they react within literally 1/100th of a second kind of thing, like it's almost instantaneous. The traction control with the all-wheel drive on an EV is so much better than a gas engine, where typically you would have to wait for those engines to do combustion and then transfer all that power through the transmission, etc., etc. With an all-wheel drive EV, it's almost instantaneous, so you do get a heck of a lot better traction with an EV. So now that I've told you what kind of motors we have on this Mustang Mach-E, I want to tell you the power. We have 346 horsepower, but more importantly, 428 foot-pounds of torque. So this definitely lives up to that Mustang name that they've given it. Now, 0 to 60 is 5.1 seconds. That's a relevant time, because when you buy an EV, you're buying it for not only the fact you don't spend money on fuel, but hey, for the fun of driving it, right? So 5.1 seconds, 0 to 60, that's a great time. And now let's talk about the battery pack, because this is the extended range. So we have an 88 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's a really great size battery pack for an EV. The efficiency of the vehicle, I think, is an average of 24 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So not bad on the efficiency side. It's a little heavy, but that's okay. With the range and the battery pack, you're getting 435 kilometers of optimal range. Optimal range is the key word here, guys. Ontario winters, that range is going to come down. Of course, we can precondition. So the Mach-E has actually a really nice preconditioning system. It gives you 2 start times. So what that means is that it will warm up the battery and the cabin for you while it's plugged in. And you have 2 start times. So maybe, you leave at 8 o'clock in the morning and then you're leaving work at 5 p.m. It has the option to put in 2. The major competitor, which in my opinion is Tesla, does not have that option. They only allow you 1 scheduled start time. So bonus Ford, way to go. You're going up against Lord Elon pretty well with that. Now, we're able to do a 150 kilowatt hour DC fast charge. That apparently, according to the stats, is on the lower side. I still think 150 kilowatt hour is very fast charging. If you want to know how you kind of do that math, so you have an 88 kilowatt hour battery pack, you can charge 150 kilowatts per hour. Well, there's your math. So you're looking at about a 40-minute charge on a DC charger. That's assuming you go to 0, which you never do, and assuming you charge to 100, which you very rarely do. So, I mean, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, it's a very short charge time on a fast charger. On a 7 to 8 kilowatt home charger, you're looking, again, about 12 hours, but you're not going to be doing, you're not going to run this to empty, nor are you going to charge to 100. So I would think it's probably a 10-hour overnight charge on your home charger, and about a 30 to 40 minute on a DC fast charger. Now, helping you with that is the regenerative braking on the Mach-E. It has a really good, strong regenerative braking feel. In my opinion, it's almost a little too tight, but nonetheless, I mean, I'd rather it power more than not enough. A lot of the EVs out there do not have a strong regen feel, which does not allow you to do one-pedal driving. The Mach-E does allow for one-pedal driving. Cool fact, you can actually turn that off as well. I'll show you that when we get inside. So you don't have to drive one pedal, but why the heck wouldn't you? once you get used to it, it takes all about 3.5 minutes to get used to just using the accelerator as the, I want to say gas, it's not gas, as the acceleration and the brake pedal. And then, I mean, my God, so much nicer to drive the vehicle like that. Okay, so that is our synopsis, our brief overview of the electric vehicle component of the Mach-E. Now let's get into some of the cool features and of course the condition of this Mach-E. It's got just over 32,000 kilometers. It's in, I mean, almost damn near perfect condition. Looking up front, we have these beautiful LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. And then take a look, I want to show you here. We have the piano black finishes on the Mach-E, and that really just screams out luxury. Look at the nice Mustang badge on there. But I mean, the presence of the Mach-E, you really can't deny it. You really can't. We've got a couple little stone chips down here on the front bumper. Okay, really nothing that I would be concerned of. Just, I would say 3 or 4 larger, quote, larger stone chips if there's such a thing. But other than that, really, really nice clean front bumper. Again, these nice piano black finishes over the wheel well arches. Look at these 19-inch wheels. Really just beautiful wheels on the Mach-E. Our charging port here, and we'll open that up to kind of give you, there's a couple little Easter eggs in here. So we have this, which indicates your charging level, so they kind of fill up as the battery fills up. And then we've got the Mustang logo here and horsepower. I'm not sure why it says horsepower there, but little Easter egg, right? Same piano black finish over here. We've got that Mach-E X logo there. The X stands for extended range. The 4 stands for the all-wheel drive component. Now taking a step back, look at the side profile. They say this is an SUV. All right, sure. I don't see it being an SUV. I see it being Sportback, maybe, because it's a hatch. I see it being a hatchback, sure. I don't see it being an SUV. But I'm not here to argue. I'm here to tell you how amazing this is. Now, I am a Tesla owner. I am a Tesla owner. So for me to be sitting here and drooling over a Mach-E is a really big testament to how nice this vehicle is. Because you know us Tesla owners, we're crazy. We're one brand only, Lord Elon, blah, blah, blah. But no, honestly, Ford has done just an incredible job with this Mach-E. Now, the same piano black finish on the bottom. You can see all the sensors there. And then a little karate kick will open up the back trunk. Now look at how quick that reacted. That's just one of those things that only a car person like myself who opens and closes trunks like 30 times a day would know, but that is a fast trunk. 60-40 split seat, lots of room back here, couple chargers, another little Easter egg, right? We got the Mustang logo there. Okay, but close it up. Like I say, Tesla owner drooling over a Mach-E, well done, Ford. Ford's got their EV game on point. Look at the F-150 Lightning that nobody can get, but is an amazing vehicle, right? They know their EV stuff, so I totally have confidence in this vehicle being amazing. Now, as we're coming around the passenger side here, again, there's no dings, dents, scratches, nothing I can show you in the way of damage to really indicate that this is a used vehicle, but you're just gonna have to trust me, it is. Now, up front here, I just noticed this. I wonder if that is it? I think that is a button to get into the front, but maybe not, I could be wrong. But I'm gonna show you what's underneath the hood here, because there is a little bit of storage. Now, before we do that, take a look at this. That's our door handle, okay? And here's how you do this, because I stood here for, embarrassingly, about a minute going, how the heck? Hands go here, push button here. Hands go here, push button here, right? Kind of cool, little button on the door. I don't know why we reinvent the door handle, but I guess why not? If we're gonna more or less reinvent a car, I guess we could do the door handle. So underneath here, we have what's called a frunk or front trunk, right? A nice little organizer here. I think you can take the organizer out if you wanted, but nice organizer here. You can see all of this is really covered up because there's a lot of high voltage electrical wires under there that we do not want anybody touching. But lots of room down here for stuff. I don't know even what you would put in there. I mean, myself, in the Model 3, for example, this is empty. They don't have this organizer, a little bit bigger, bonus Tesla. But I just put, laptop bag. I put takeout in here too. so you don't get the car all stinky. Take out, good spot for that. Another little Easter egg, we got the Mustang logo underneath the hood cowl as well. Here's the big maintenance on EVs, okay? I don't know if anybody's told you, but there's a lot of maintenance. You got to put windshield washer fluid in it, guys. I mean, they're not maintenance free, eh? You got to put some windshield washer fluid in it every now and then. Yeah, so EVs, I mean, almost no maintenance on them. Tires, sure. The brakes, if you use one pedal braking, you barely have to replace brakes. I mean, on my car, they're guaranteed for 8 years. I don't think that Mustang has that guarantee, but I mean, you do not use the brakes when you're driving one pedal. Very, very rare that you would. So that's just kind of a bonus there, again, for maintenance. Now, taking a look at the rear passenger seating, armrest built in. We've got the panoramic sunroof. Look at the cutout there. That's pretty neat, eh? How they did that kind of curved glass cutout. We've got 2 USB ports back here as well, a USB-C and a USB-A port as well. So that way, if you want to keep the kids plugged in and electronics charged up, you can do that. Lots of room back here, lots of leg room. This seat here is all the way back, and you still got some leg room for them there. Another thing I want to point out is the speakers in the door panel, because we have a Bang & Olufsen sound system. I pronounced that wrong, Bang & Olufsen sound system. Really nice sound system in here. And then check out the interior. This is the door release for the Mach-E on the inside. It's just this little like latch. It kind of reminds me of the new 911 gear shifter. No joke, it's like that big. It's really funny. Love Porsche, but that was a weird shifter. So that's the trim there. The Bang & Olufsen sound system is a 10 speaker system, and oh, beautiful sound out of it. Now looking in the front seats, so we've got a 3 driver memory system setting. I'll show you that a little bit more when we get inside. Again, nice treatment down here, that Bang & Olufsen sound. We've got the Mustang door sill plate as well. And then look at these seats. They're just fantastic. In excellent shape. No rips, tears, stains, burns. This was a non-smoker vehicle. It smells fantastic. It's like new. Really, honestly and truly, this Mach-E is as close to new as you're gonna get. Okay, now, details. Look at the trim on the panels. Gorgeous. They've done such a beautiful job. Let's hop in. So now that we're inside, I want to talk to you about the safety features that the Mach-E has. And I kid you not, I had to make a list. I don't normally have to do this, okay? I am normally pretty off the cuff. I know most of the stuff on almost every vehicle out there. I do a little bit of research beforehand, but very rarely do I have to make a list like this for a vehicle. So again, my hat's off to you, Ford, for jamming this car with features. So let's look at what we have. Forward emergency braking with post-collision braking. Okay, so forward emergency braking, really easy. It just monitors the traffic in front. If something is stopping and you're not reacting, it will grab the brakes. It can bring it right to a complete stop. The post-collision braking is a new one. So that means that if the OS happens and you happen to get into an accident, it will hold the brakes. So that way the car doesn't hit something and then continue to roll. That is actually a really, really smart safety feature. So hats off to you, Ford. Love that one. Reverse braking. So as you're backing up, if you just, you're backing up in the garage or something and you don't know how close that wall is or that post is, it'll stop and not hit anything in the rear, provided that it sees it and everything's working properly. Blind spot warning, lane keeping assist, blah, blah, normal stuff. Auto high beams, cool. Adaptive cruise control with stop and go. Yeah, that's technology we've had before. Intersection assist, there's a new one. Intersection assist. So we're driving, we're coming up, we're in the left-hand lane, going to make a left-hand turn. There are cars coming at you here. Let's say for some reason you're looking over, maybe looking for pedestrians, whatever it is, and you go to make that left-hand turn and there's a car coming, or maybe this goofball here who thinks he's making another left on the other side decides, nah, I'm gonna go straight. Okay, cool. The Mach-E sees that car coming towards you and will actually stop you. So that way you don't make that very scary left-hand turn when there's a car colliding towards you, right? Evasive steering assist. There's another neat one. Evasive steering assist is essentially, it works with that forward emergency braking. If you are coming up and there's traffic that's slowed down and you don't react in time and the forward emergency braking activates, the forward evasive steering can also activate. If there is room to the right or to the left, it will actually steer you around that vehicle that's stopped in front if a collision is imminent. Now, here's my little asterisk. Ding, put an asterisk. Here's my little asterisk. Check out this video so that you understand how Ford explains that safety feature. I think I've got it right. Pretty sure I got it right, but it's a new one, and a lot of people will be going, I don't like that. You will like that. Just watch that, explanation. So I'm going to link it right up top somewhere around here. Okay. And then the other cool feature, we've got active park assist. Ford's had that for so long. That just basically parks this for you, parallel parking or pulling into a parking spot. Really neat. And then Blue Cruise. Blue Cruise is Tesla autopilot. I don't know how many copyright infringements I'm killing here, but that's what it is. So Blue Cruise uses the adaptive cruise control, the lane keeping assist, the stop it, all that cool stuff. And it is a relatively hands-free driving experience, okay? You can get on the highway, put your Blue Cruise on, and it's going to do its thing. You're going to have to put little inputs in every, I don't know what the timing interval is on the Mach-E. On a Model 3, you're looking at 45 seconds to a minute, whatever. I don't care. Who cares? The Blue Cruise means that it basically is autopilot. You have to every now and then just nudge the wheel to let it know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still awake. But it will do most of the driving for you. And as a Tesla owner, autopilot, beautiful. Love it. It is so relaxing on the highway. I 100% trust it. It's accurate. It has never failed me. It never got me into a situation that's sticky. Just beautiful. So I'm assuming Blue Cruise is very similar. Give it a shot. Let me know how it is. Okay. Moving right along. Now, I don't have a key in this vehicle, right? As if you could see it, I could lie. But I don't have a key in the vehicle. I am using my phone as a key, which is something that I wish every vehicle would do. You have your phone on you at all times. It uses Bluetooth. You walk up to the car, unlock the doors, get in, push start. It's all good. It uses your phone as a key using that proximity in your Bluetooth. The other cool thing is I've downloaded the app. I will cut to that at some point after I stop talking to show you the app, to show you what you can do on there. Really cool feature. Cut to app.
Okay, so we're going to open up the FordPass app here. So let's take a look at what we're looking at here. At the very top, you can see we have a name for the Mach-E. I named it Sally, like Mustang Sally. Hope you like the pun. And then in the middle, we have the charging level, 93%, and then the estimated range is located there as well. Now below that, we've got the unlock, start, and lock buttons. These buttons, and all the buttons actually on the app, are long press buttons because they don't want you to accidentally touch a button and maybe start the car. So you have to push and hold for, a second or two to make sure that they actually activate. You do get a confirmation at the top telling you that the car has either been turned on or unlocked, locked, whatever the case might be. So you can see here I'm pushing lock, holding, and then you get the confirmation at the top that it's been unlocked. Windows up, windows down, horn and lights, trunk, everything that you'd kind of need is available on this screen. Now as we go to the bottom and we select vehicle then pulls up this screen here, which gives you some more information. It gives you the GPS location of the car, the odometer, the range again. And then from here, you can schedule your departure time, but also we have status, which will give you your tire pressure monitoring system. You'll see here that the front tires are a little bit low, so we do need to put some air in there. That's just with the climate change and everything that tends to happen anyway. And then backing up from that, you can see charging, where we can basically go through some of the charging options that we have. So for example, if we click on charge settings, up top here, you can change your preferred time that it charges. So you can actually adjust it so it only charges on off-peak hours when you're at home, which is smart. Save yourself some money, why not? And then set up departure times. The nice thing about Ford, like I will mention if I haven't already, is that Ford allows you to schedule 2 departure times, one for the morning, assuming, and then one for the evening when you're leaving work, assuming that's your typical schedule. But you can select 2 different charging times, and you can customize that completely through Monday through Sunday. Really, really smart. I like that. That is so much better than the Tesla. You could also check out your charging logs and a couple other cool features from this part, but I won't bore you. Let's move on. All right, so now if we click on the service button here, you can see that we can schedule some service for the vehicle. We can call roadside assistance, the service history. Almost everything can be done through the app, very similar to the competitor, which is a nice feature. And now this is the location tab, and the location gives you a exact or pretty darn exact location of the vehicle. Really convenient if you're parking downtown. You're like, where did I park again? That has happened to me more than once. And this has kind of saved my bacon on that too, which is pretty cool. So this has been a really quick overview of the Ford Bypass app. Really slick, very well done, and again, a convenient feature to have on the Mach-E.
Welcome back. Okay. So now that you've seen how we can use the phone as a key and all the cool functions on there, let's talk about what we see inside. My gosh, there's a lot to cover on this Mach-E, but it is, again, I'm a Tesla guy. You got me on this one. This would be my second vehicle, 100%. I say second because, anyway, I digress. Check it out. 10.25-inch LCD screen up front only shows you what you need to know. And Ford, big bonus points for putting this here and not making this massive and scary, okay? I do not like EVs or hybrids that freak you out when you put huge range and huge battery percentage and all these things that make you go, oh my gosh, am I going to run out of battery? No, man. No. 400 kilometers of range. Where the heck are you going? On your daily commute, you do not need to know this. Your daily commute's 45, 80K, 150K, 250K. Doesn't matter. You're getting there and back with plenty of juice to spare. On a trip, 100%. Definitely want to know so I can pull over and get more fuel. We're stuck in an ice world. So you can get more charge. But on a day-to-day commute, you don't need to know any of that nonsense. 32,205 kilometers, in case you're wondering what the exact odometer is. On the steering wheel, leather heated steering wheel as well. Of course, we've got our cruise, our adaptive cruise, our lane keeping assist. Everything's on the steering wheel here. We've got our volume controls and Bluetooth controls over here. I believe this is the blue cruise button. I said lane keep assist, blue cruise. I'm not used to having that in vehicles, so that's kind of cool, right? Our start stop button. I guess that's the only thing that I wish, again, in the EV, you don't need a start stop button, but whatever, it's cool. Now take a look at this massive 15.5-inch portrait LCD display. You don't see them sticking up like this very often. Tesla pioneer, Mach-E adopted it. I love it. It's so crisp and clean. As you can see, I have hooked it up to my Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, which is sweet. So now, of course, with this, we get access to all of our text messaging. I can send text messages with just my voice, just using Siri. If I said her name, she would pop on and probably mess up this whole video. You know what I'm talking about. Then we've got access to Spotify. We've got access to all of our digital apps on here with your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto, which I love. Big fan of Sword and Scale. If you're into true crime drama, that's the one to listen to. Just a shameless plug for you. Down here, we've got our kind of, what do you want to call this? Like quick access stuff? But look at this. You just slide it up and then it changes the screen. How cool is that? Right? Ford's done such a wicked job with this car. Now, our navigation screen as well. I like how it's nice and clean in the same color, right? It's nothing like, I mean, it would be cool if it was Google Satellite, but that's fine. But it doesn't change it to like some tacky color or whatever. You can change the color scheme of this as well. You can make this light or dark or automatic as it progresses to nighttime as well, whatever you like. Down here, we've got our automatic climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel, all of that normal stuff. But then check this out. The volume control knob does not actually go into the screen like it appears. It just sticks on there. And then that's how you control your volume. I think that's so cool. I mean, I don't like the fact that it interrupts this beautiful display, but if you were going to do it, that's an okay way to do it. I will admit to seeing this in pictures and stuff, I was like, I don't like that. In person, it's not as bad. It actually is kind of nice. And it's got a nice, what do you call it, texture to it. They've done a good job with that. So I'll give them that one. It's nicer than it appears. Now, up here, just hit the car. Then we go to a lot of different settings here. Let's talk about drive modes. Drive mode, we have Whisper, Engage, and Unbridled. Whisper is great for wintertime. It kind of mutes the throttle, gives you a more, what's the word I want to look for? Subtle EV driving experience. The nice thing about driving an EV is that power is instantaneous. I say instantaneous. Like this will throw you back in your seat so quickly. You want to think of an EV like an electric drill. On an electric drill, when you pull the trigger, that thing goes from 0 to 100 and like, it's gone, right? It's like, same thing with an EV. It's the exact same type of power, right? So you put your foot down on the throttle, and the only thing that is stopping it from going as fast as humanly possible is the traction on the rubber to the road. I mean, that's the only thing that's holding you back from just a lightning rod. So you need to have ways of controlling that. Whisper is one of them, so that's great. If it's snowy out, throw it in Whisper. It'll be a little bit better for the traction control. Engage is normal, it's just balance. Unbridled really is just unleashing all 428 feet-pounds of torque on the road, and just, again, it becomes a Mustang versus an EV. One pedal driving, you can see you can turn that on or off there, and then propulsion sound, no comment. Propulsion sound, come on. Camera system's really nice on the Mach-E as well. You've got a top-down view. You've got a really nice big view here. You can use it rather than having that live camera view, which can sometimes be a little finicky or a little bit hard to watch. And then you've got your different cameras. So your front camera, there's your around view, and then this, I don't know this view. I think it's still the front view. I know that, but it's kind of bizarre how they've laid that out. Anywho, there's that. And then back to the car here. Driver assistance is where you can turn off all of your driver assistance controls. Auto holds the brake. So when you come to a stop, you can let up off the accelerator pedal. It'll hold the car there until you push it again. Really nice feature to have. If we go to additional settings, that's where you get things like your forward emergency braking and all those controls. You can change that there. I won't bore you with that because that's a lot to get into. Our access, so the charge port light, you can turn that on or off. The parking assist, this is where you can get to it here, or you can get to it down here with this little P button as well. Valet mode, cool, whatever. Settings, I'll just quickly run through this with you guys. But charging is, so departure and comfort. So this is the big thing that I want you guys to understand if you're new to EV. Check this out. So we've got 2 departure times, and they're individually set for the days of the week. So yes, 100% Ford knocked it out of the park with this, because now I can set my departure time to be 8:10 when I leave the house in the morning, and then sometimes 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock for when I leave work at night, and everything will either heat up or cool off, and it also preconditions the battery when you do that. Preconditioning the battery is how do I explain this? If you don't precondition the battery in the wintertime, you're going to lose 30 to 40% of your range off the battery. Just straight up, plain and simple, right? So you're going to be at like 150, 200, 250 kilometers of range if you don't precondition when you leave. That's why you precondition. That's why Ford has the app on the phone. So even if you forget or you're leaving early or whatever, just start the car. It only takes 15, 20 minutes, not even, to heat up the battery. But do that, get your preconditioning in, so that way you don't lose a ton of range. And it's also really great for battery health. Personal profiles. I love that Ford has done this. So the personal profiles, you can set up drivers with their names, even with photos, and then all of your settings are customized to that, including the key, including when you hop in, it recognizes your phone versus somebody else's phone, and everything goes to your settings, which is sweet. Driver assistance, look at the long list of driver assistance stuff, right? Really, I mean, you can customize the heck out of this car. Vehicle, all the settings here. There's ambient lighting in the car. I don't know if you can see that kind of orangey tone down there, but you can change all of the ambient lighting as well. Look at all the customization with this, guys. So I love EVs. I don't know if you noticed that by now. And then your general settings, display settings, clock settings, connectivity. Yes, you connect to Bluetooth with this, Wi-Fi with this. Here's the cool thing. So you connect with Wi-Fi because we have over-the-air updates. Look at this, software updates. So this over-the-air updates, every single day it checks for it. And if there's anything that they want to add to the Mach-E, they add it through an over-the-air update. If there's a recall, they do the recall through the over-the-air update, assuming you can do it via software. If it's like a hardware recall, different, but you know what I mean. All of your updates, everything comes through over the air. You just get in the car in the morning and boom, you can update. It's so sweet. So as Ford adds cool features, you get all those cool features. Pretty awesome. Vehicle hotspot, you can sign up to Ford something or other, And then you can actually get 4G LTE connection through the vehicle, mobile apps, departure, comfort, blah, 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 blah. Amazon Alexa, cool. I didn't know it had that. But yeah, see, so here you can change the ambient lighting, and I'll show you as I go through here. It changes all the colors, cool, whatever, who cares. Mini's had that for years. Anyhow, I digress. Okay, so that's the screen, 15.5 screen. This is 27 minutes of Mach-E gloriousness. Oh, I love this car. Okay. Oh. Wireless charging? Yes, 100%. Couple USBs? Yeah, sure. Cup holders, our rotary dial for our gear selection, our electronic parking brake, our armrest, which is actually a nice armrest, and then we've got some junk storage down in here as well. Who cares? This is a beautiful car. All you need to know is it's got comfortable heat seats, the climate heats up really quick, and everything else in this 27 minutes that we covered to know that you gotta buy this. Like, you have to buy this. If you're looking at a Mach-E and you're like, yeah, this is fantastic. The condition is incredible. 32,000 K, clean Carfax, no accidents reported, Ontario registration, one service record. Yeah, because that doesn't mean you don't need service on this Mach-E. Door handle, check this out. Right? Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm excited. I would, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it, but I love it. You should love it too. Now, here's the best part. If you want to buy this Mach-E, you can buy this at ClaringtonKia.ca. You can buy the entire vehicle online. Even if you want to trade in a car, even if you need financing, you can do that online. How do you think the customer that traded in this Mach-E did it? They did it online, right? So you can do that all online, or if you want, come down to our store, take this out for a test drive, fall in love, and then pay us some money and take this home. This is an incredible find, and it is here at Clarington Kia in Bowmanville, Ontario, just waiting for a new owner. And you better hurry up, because the more I talk, the more I'm convincing myself that maybe I should buy this bad boy. Thank you so much for watching. 29 minutes later, my God, this was take 2 of this video, by the way. I did one yesterday, and I wasn't selling the hype of how amazing this car was, so I redid it, and I hope you liked it, and I'm in love.